Alright, I'm going to give you an overview of how I made exhaust flange, manifold flanges for the J series engine that's got these single port exits on the heads. So there's one on the front head and one on the rear head. This is the OEM gasket, and as you can see, it's kind of odd. I didn't get the downpipes with it that have close coupled catalytic converters, so the salvage yard kept those. So you know, coming up with a flange like this is not the easiest thing, and you probably could get some plate steel and cut it out with an angle grinder, but that would be a tremendous amount of work, and it probably wouldn't turn out looking very good either. So what I did is I took this gasket and I set it on this sheet of cardstock and I traced it, and it's probably better to use something with a sharper point like a pencil than a Sharpie like I did, but that's what I did. So here we are. Use the caliper to measure everything. You know, this is 44 by 82 millimeter. Top bolts are 60 millimeters apart. Lower bolts are 100 millimeters apart. I didn't get the vertical spacing just right on the top bolts, but that's okay. These holes can be made bigger and then it will be just fine. So I'm just going to drill those out and those will be good. So the next step after I had the dimensions is to go over here to AutoCAD and create a model. I can do it. Not that good in my left hand. Alright, there we go. Create a model of it. If you haven't used AutoCAD before, it's pretty easy. So this creates a DWG drawing file. You can see up there at the top. And everything needs to go on one layer, and then you can upload this to various places on the internet and have them laser cut a flange for you. So what I did is I went and uploaded this file to SendCutSend and ordered 2 of these, and you'll notice that the center part is solid, so the center is still in it. I originally had it with it all cut out, and then I thought, well, how much more is it if I get that slug of metal in the middle there sent to me, and then I can cut it out with a Sawzall and clean it up. You know, just cut that little bit instead of cutting it all out. And then I get more, you know, I get, this was just going to go in the scrap otherwise. So the additional time to cut this out is really the only additional cost, and it was about $1 each part. So once that's all done, we send it off to this company called SendCutSend, and I chose 3/8 inch mild steel, and they laser cut this for you, and you can see that is a pretty good facsimile of what I drew up. And it's, you know, even though these slots are pretty thin, it cut it really nice. I haven't taken them out and looked at the back yet, but so there's where the bottom holes lined up. The top holes don't quite line up, they're really close. The port and the bottom holes line up, so like I said, I'll make the top holes a little bigger, cut this out, and that's going to be ready to go and bolt on. So I paid $29 for the pair of these, which they have a $29 minimum, so it actually came out to like 28 something when I changed it to leave these in. And then it was free shipping. They didn't charge me any tax. I don't know how they do that, but yeah, so these will be the exhaust flanges for the J series, and it's a pretty easy process if you have some basic CAD skills. If you don't, you should get some. It's really handy to have that. I have AutoCAD through work, so I just use that. Yeah, and these should work out pretty nice. You can see it really matches up nice, and you can see even the original flange was like the same dimensions as what I came up with on the outside. So yeah, that's an overview of how to use SendCutSend and about what it costs. Like I said, $29 for the pair of these.